Due to the fact that the show's ratings have reached their lowest point of the season, History Channel has decided to relinquish an American Pickers trademark for the show. Mike and Robbie Wolf, Danielle Colby, and John Jersey John Soleil are among the stars of the American Pickers television show, which is presently in its 26th season production. A number of trademarks for American Pickers have been acquired by A&E Television Networks, the company that controls the History Channel. These trademarks include products and multimedia. The United States Sun is able to report in an exclusive manner that A&E Television Networks has given up on a trademark due to the fact that ratings have been suffering. On September 16, 2024, the United States Trademark and Patent Office reported that History Channel had withdrawn their trademark application. The reason that the trademark was terminated was stated as follows: abandoned because no statement of use or extension request was timely filed after notice allowance was issued. A trademark application was submitted in September of 2022. The trademark encompassed the following categories: paper, specifically envelope paper, envelopes, gift bags, gift boxes, paper gift cards, notepads, occasion cards, social note cards, paper table napkins, paper tablecloths, printed matter, specifically books, magazines, pamphlets, and brochures in the fields of historical items, and based on a television series, stationery, as well as printed materials, namely series of non-fiction books based on a television series, activity books, novels, graphic novels, picture books, coloring books, writing instruments, pens, pencils, erasers, markers, crayons, highlighter pens, folders, notebooks, paper clips, pencil sharpeners, glue for stationery and household use and bookmarks, calendars, stickers, posters, stencils. In addition, the trademark encompassed the following items: bags, specifically hobo bags, sports bags, handbags, clutches, purses, overnight bags, tote bags, gym bags, beach bags, backpacks, carry-on bags, cosmetic bags sold empty, umbrellas, belts, specifically leather shoulder belts. There are presently 3 trademarks that are active for the American Pickers brand. Puzzles, amusement game machines, video games, toys, model cars and trucks, board games, and other types of games are all included in the scope of one of the trademarks covered by the trademark. A wide range of items, from mugs to t-shirts, is included in the second trademark. DVDs, downloadable webcasts, entertainment services, and other forms of media are all included in the scope of the final active trademark, which describes multimedia products. A curious in ratings. It is because of the low ratings that Season 26 has received that the trademark has been abandoned. The first episode, which aired on October 9 and featured Mike searching through evil Knievel artifacts, attracted a total of 565,000 viewers. There were just 463,000 people that watched the second episode of the season, which was broadcast on October 16 during the season. There was a modest increase in the number of viewers seeing the third episode of Season 26, The Great Razuli, with 566,000 people tuning in. The Do-It-Yourself DeLorean, in which Mike and Jersey John described themselves as going hog wild for a 4-generation carny collection complete with carousel horses, toy tanks, and bumper cars, received the lowest ratings of the season, with only 442,000 viewers tuning in. The prior ratings is, in comparison to Season 25, the ratings for the current season are at a quite low level. In the first half of the debut for Season 25, there were 723,000 viewers, and in the second half, there were 676,000 viewers. The third episode captured the attention of 880,000 people. By the time the program aired on January 24, the viewership had increased to 948,000. The statistics continued to decline for the majority of the month of February, with the lowest number of viewers being recorded on February 14 with 774,000, and the greatest number being recorded on February 28 with 966,000. 83,000 viewers tuned in to watch the season finale on March 27. Much more choices. In spite of the fact that it seems as though the show is drawing to a close, the United States Sun stated in May 2024 that the series still has more seasons left in its contract. It was reported by an insider of the show that they are now filming for the 26th season, and they have also signed on for 3 more years. Mike disclosed earlier this week that he will soon begin production for the upcoming season of the show. Hunting for Frank. During the time when Frank was a guest on the show, the audience count exceeded 1 million. On American Pickers, Frank had his most recent appearance in March. On the other hand, Mike disclosed in 2021 that he will not be returning to the series. During an interview in 2021 with the United States Sun, Frank said that he was engaged in a rivalry with his co-star Mike. When asked about it at the time, Frank stated, "I haven't talked to Mike in 2 years." Despite the fact that he was aware that my back was infected, he did not call me to inquire about how I was doing. But that is the way things are. Everything is stacked in his favor 100% of the time. For the sake of demonstrating how much, I can't even bend down that far. Okay, that's all right. Imagine that you have Aerosmith, and there is Steven Tyler, and he is the front man for the band. I found my place on the show. I'm currently in 2nd place, just behind him. I don't have a problem with it, but it's possible that he does have a problem. I'm just trying to get through life like everybody else and be as happy as I possibly can. Frank continued while expressing his thoughts. What you put into life is what creates it. One does not gain a lot out of something if they do not put a lot of effort into it. The memoirs of Frank. Mike disclosed the reason why Frank did not return to the History Channel series in an interview with People magazine. While shifting things around his home in Iowa during the epidemic, Frank sustained an injury to his back, which required him to have surgery. He detailed how this happened. It was like the perfect storm, with him having surgery and having that time off, one person said. When he developed an addiction to opioids, it was the moment when everything began to change, Mike explained. Mike claimed that he had arranged for an intervention with Frank's family and friends. I remember running into him like a month later, stated Mike in response. In response to his statement that he was going to manage things on his own, I inquired about his current state of well-being. I'm all right, he confirmed. I am doing well. In fact, I'm doing very well. Approximately 1 month later, he vanished without a trace. And so watching Frank doing some of the things that he was doing, it was really hard. However, Mike asserted that Frank continued to suffer with addiction even after the filming began, stating that they fought really hard to get him into rehab, and that he never, ever gave up on his relationship with his friend. In his statement, Mike stated that production had requested negative drug tests from Frank, but Frank did not give them. It was Mike who stated that the network just finally made the decision. The beginning of Frank's struggle with substance misuse was allegedly revealed by a source to the United States Sun. As a result of Frank's struggle with Crohn's disease, he was taking medication that caused his bones to become fragile. Surgical intervention was required for him after he suffered a broken back. It was at that time that the insider asserted that he developed an addiction to pain medicines. This bowel condition, known as Crohn's disease, is characterized by inflammation in the digestive tract. According to the testimony of the source, Frank went to rehab twice in order to address his addiction problems. It was after he had left that he suffered the stroke, according to the insider's allegations. During an interview with the United States Sun in July 2021, Frank disclosed that he had been receiving treatment for alcohol misuse at the Abbey Center in Bettendorf, Iowa, for a period of 77 days. At the time of the interview, he had been clean and sober for 11 months. A key rise in health. After a year had passed, in July of 2022, Frank experienced a stroke at his farmhouse in Iowa. A guardianship and conservatorship petition was submitted on Frank's behalf by his friends not long after that, on the grounds that his decision-making capacity was so impaired. The 30th of September, 2024, at the age of 60, he passed away under hospice care. After the feud and the termination, Mike and Frank eventually reconciled their differences. When Frank passed away in hospice care, Mike was one of the loved ones that was physically present by his side.